State of New California, notice to all Californians. Chapter 2, Grievance number 42, February 9th, 2021. New California is a new state in development exercising its constitutional right to form from the state of California. The process to form New California is authorized and codified in Article 4, Sections 3 and 4 of the United States Constitution. Statement of intent. The citizens of New California have decided to remedy the abuse of power by the government of California by exercising their right to form a new state provided in the United States Constitution, Article 4, Sections 3 and Sections 4. We are determined to live under a state government in the United States of America and under the Constitution of the United States. New California Declaration of Independence of January 15, 2018 states, whenever any form of government becomes destructive, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government. When a long train of abuses and acts to seize and hold the people's power without legal authority and pursuing invariably the same object that clearly demonstrates a design to reduce them to under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Preamble of the New California State Constitution states, "We, the representatives of the undersigned counties within the state of California, do acknowledge and humbly invoke the favor of Almighty God for continued civil and religious liberty to ourselves and our posterity." First Amendment of the United States Constitution states, quote, "Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances," unquote. Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution states, "The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized." The counties of New California State brought forward 95 Chapter 1 grievances between January 2018 and November 2019. On April 28, 2020, New California State will issue 95 additional Chapter 2 grievances to be announced in public on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. State of New California, Grievance number 42. Declaration of Grievance, Statement of Facts. The people of California are suffering from a tyrannical state government which fails to provide a Republican form of governance, enables and supports across its southern border the invasion of the United States of America by illegal foreign nationals, and protects vicious criminals who commit outrageous acts of violence upon the citizens of America, all caused by a government of and for a monoparty system led by a tyrannical dictator who openly defies federal law. California state government violates the following. United States Constitution, Article 4, Section 4, quote, "The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a Republican form of government, and shall protect each of them against invasion, and on application of the legislature or of the executive when the legislature cannot be convened, against domestic violence," unquote. United States Constitution, Article 6. The Constitution and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, or which shall be made, under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby, anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. First Amendment, United States Constitution, quote, "Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of people to peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances," end quote. 14th Amendment, United States Constitution, Section 3. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president, or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state, who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state, to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. But Congress may by a vote of 2/3 of each house, remove such disability. First order of the day: confiscate private property. California poised to confiscate private property to increase its real estate portfolio. A moratorium on evictions in California now threatens to utterly wipe out the income of landlords, driving them into bankruptcy and financial ruin. This type of centralized planning by a tyrannical government without regard for liberty and private property rights is precisely what can be expected of those who reject the principles of liberty enshrined in our Declaration of Independence, Constitution, and Bill of Rights. Nobody has given the governor or the government of California the right to infringe on private property rights in this manner. It is just another attempt to engineer the collapse of the private sector, grow government dependence, and buy votes and support for the socialist, left-leaning monoparty apparatus that has replaced true self-government and the republic that we are guaranteed to have under the Constitution of the United States. In this unprecedented power grab, California is poised to seize privately owned properties. Senate Bill 1079 interferes in the normal business cycle, prevents the liquidation of bad debt, rewards government independence, and destroys private wealth, which has been the keystone of the American dream and which also has created a standard of living that is beneficial for tenants and landlords. California now prepares to become the landlord of last resort, driving the last nail in the coffin of economic liberty in the once golden state. This bill, created January 21st, 2021, gives California the first right of refusal to buy all foreclosed properties. Private investment by landlords and business owners is responsible for the prosperity that Californians have experienced for most of the state's history. Now, due to dictatorial and communistic government policies, private investment is fleeing California, along with businesses and those with high income who historically inject money into California's economy, causing a benefit to all Californians. This money is fleeing the state, and one of the consequences of this is plummeting property values. The capitalization rate that attracts real estate investors has now been systematically altered in such a way that it is California's dictatorship that now competes with free economic enterprise. Given the fact California now wields a monopoly on power, no power to the people, economic recovery is not viable in the future anytime soon. California state is in a dictatorship, and it's destroying our liberty and creating financial ruin that is unprecedented in the United States. Second order of the day: more dictatorial rule. SB 29 elections, vote by mail ballots. Senate Bill 29 is set for a hearing today. This bill would take effect immediately upon passage and will mandate the extension of all mail-in voting for any election held before January 1st, 2022. This means any recall election would be held by mail-in voting, using COVID as a reason, just as our November 2020 election was. Here is some of the bill's summary. SB 29, as amended, Umberg, elections, vote by mail ballots. Existing unconstitutional law required county election officials to mail a ballot to every registered voter for the November 3rd, 2020 statewide general election. Existing unconstitutional law for the November 3rd, 2020 statewide general election also required county election officials to use a specified Secretary of State vote-by-mail tracking system or a system that meets the same specifications. This bill would extend these requirements to all elections proclaimed or conducted prior to January 1st, 2022. By requiring a county election official to mail a ballot to every registered voter and to track those ballots, this bill would impose a state-mandated local program. This bill would provide that if the Commission on State Mandates determines that the bill contains costs mandated by the state, reimbursement for those costs shall be made pursuant to the statutory provisions noted above. This bill would declare that it is to take effect immediately as an urgency statute. There is a hearing today to pass an urgency statute, SB 29, to extend the California emergency mandate for all mail ballots, quote, for all elections proclaimed or conducted prior to January 1st, 2022, end quote. California is headed for collapse as a state in just a few short months. California's failed trajectory is now set in stone by a craven dictator who chooses to violate both federal and state laws while ignoring the constitutional structure set forth by the founding fathers of the United States. Not ignored in the new California state, the founding fathers are alive and well today, living in the hearts and minds of all new Californians. New California state's place in history as the 51st state in the Union is assured. Thank you, founding fathers. Insurrection. The government of California, the current socialist governor-dictator and monoparty system, along with the local officials, are following a coordinated design with the intent to actively engage in acts of insurrection against the U.S. Constitution. The Insurrection Act of 1807 and the Emergency Economic Powers Act are the United States federal laws that govern the ability of the President of the United States to deploy military troops within the United States to put down lawlessness, insurrection, and rebellion. Acts of secession. The California government, in conjunction with the socialist state executive, instituted wherever the current socialist governor-dictator has usurped power, has actively engaged in acts of secession and have created a reign of terror on United States citizens living in California with the intent to secede from the United States of America, to thus destroy the very union of states which secures our liberty and freedom. Abdication of authority. Betrayal by the sitting socialist governor-dictator of California, the monoparty legislature, and local elected officials is evidence of the abdication of their responsibilities of authority and sovereignty over the citizens of the United States living in California state. Prayer. The citizens of New California state pray for the military to exercise its authority under continuity of government and the Insurrection Act of 1807 to initiate the military's use of martial law and create the restored government of California as requested by New California state, to end the tyranny being foisted upon the United States of America. This concludes these proceedings. NewCaliforniaState.com, NCS51.com, phone number 877-828-2753.